Hey guys, my name is Brandon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see in here, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button so you stay notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's get straight on with today's video. Hi everyone and welcome back to Is That More Brandon. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a review for the second episode of Squid Game: The Challenge on Netflix. Whoa, a lot happens in an episode, so you know, I've got a lot to update you on, but I did make a lot less notes than the previous episode, so I should be able to get through this video a little bit quicker. So, where did we get up to at the end of the first episode? Well, we found out that in the Dalgona game, which is called, in English, I think, The Man with the Umbrella, I think that translates to, I think that was the name of the game. We obviously found out that 4 of the players, 454, 321, 288 and 378 were obviously to cut the shapes. Basically 454 was at a dilemma. He was stuck with one of the players on the star and he was like, I'm not going to move. I don't want to have to cut out umbrellas as part of the cookies. So basically he, again similarly to the previous guy, ended up getting all 4 of them eliminated from the game. So easy 4 people were eliminated, easy 40,000 added to the pot. So that was that. And then the next 4 players were player 452, player 432, who we know as Brighton, player 344 and player 299, who was introduced to us as Spencer. And Spencer is like a young guy. I think they basically said that he was quite shy, and he basically said to the camera that his family are quite sarcastic. Obviously he's got siblings who kind of took the mick out of him, and sometimes he would believe everything that they would say, and he admits that he's quite gullible. He did also say that he's quite a mummy's boy, empathetic towards others, so it kind of depends on the circumstances he's in, how he's going to kind of behave, but he did look very nervous. He did look like he was going to throw up a few times, and that was before he even actually went into the game. So anyway, the 4 of them, it was all 4 guys, so 4 guys went in, and again, they had to kind of decide with each other which shape they wanted to do. So Brighton naturally kind of just took the lead, and Spencer basically said, I want you guys to listen to me, like, let me speak, you're not respecting me. In the end, I think Brighton kind of outruled Spencer anyway, and Spencer was left with 5 seconds to go to put his hand on the umbrella, and there we found out that Team 1 were going to be cutting out the circles, Team 2, Brighton's team, were going to be cutting out the circles, the triangles, Team 3 we're going to be cutting out the stars, and then Team 4, which was Spencer's team, were obviously going to have the most complicated shape, which was obviously the umbrella. Spencer basically said, obviously to the other 3 boys, and actually to the rest of his team, he said, look, if people have struggles with cutting their things out, spit on my cookie, help me, I'll help you, whatever. And he said to the camera that obviously he knows, or he should have known it was a competition, he should have thought about that a little bit sooner. And basically that was an announcement that said, if you get eliminated, you can't actually then go and help somebody else, because you're either out of the game or you've completed the game, so either way you can't help anyone else. So anyway, for Team Circle, some of the people that we saw go through was player 33, so we now know her name is Jess. She got very nervous, very stressed, very a bit worried whether she was actually going to get the thing completed or not, but she did. She was quite surprised and she passed through. And then obviously the redhead Dash, player 141, he also got through among many of the others. And then we saw Team Triangle, which, like I said, was Brighton's team. Obviously he got through, and he basically said that he's an athlete, so you need to be mentally strong, but for this game you need patience, which is obviously something that he doesn't have. And he basically explained that he's not thinking about anybody else in the game apart from himself, and the only person that he trusts and has the back of is himself as well, which is completely true. Everyone has their own back, and then if you happen to make an alliance with someone, you'll obviously have their back too. Shanae, number 179, so when they got back, when Team Triangle and Circle got back, obviously they were the 2 easiest shapes. She was actually talking to someone basically saying that player 432 is very loud, very arrogant. And obviously during the game, this was obviously now Team Star. Player 134 said she didn't want to lose herself. She was still guilty, still thinking about player 200 that she obviously removed before. Remember, this is 134 Danny and 101 Kyle. 2 of them were obviously in the discussion of who they should eliminate right at the beginning. She actually realised that she did him dirty, and she actually then ended up breaking her star. She basically eliminated herself from the game, saying Karma's a bitch. 243 Spencer, the guy with the mullet, he managed to get through, so he passed. And then the final shape was obviously Umbrella. So again, Kyle, number 101, said he wishes that he was in the team with player 432 because even though he doesn't like him, he knows that shape was a little bit easier. And yeah, he basically eliminated himself from the game. Player 299 said that he wanted to help out his parents financially. Again, he was kind of left with the bad shape. Again, he also accidentally broke his umbrella, so he was eliminated. Player 114 was really good looking. He also got eliminated. And this is when I think player 299 said this is going to be a win for me. He thought he was really confident, He only had a little bit of the cookie left, and then he basically snapped the cookie. And then some of the other people that got through were Adrian, player 270, really good looking guy. There's a really young pretty girl, player 367, good looking guy, 215. Another good looking person, 107, who I think was one of the lads, one of the bros. And then obviously right at the final second, player 319 actually managed to get through. We weren't sure if she was going to get killed or whether she was going to make it through. She did make it through. Some of the players eliminated, the good looking ones, I think I made a note of them. Player 314, 132, 307 and 003 all got eliminated, which was a real shame. And when they all got back into the main room, player 301, obviously Trey, the son of the mother and son, he said he wanted players 270, 342 and 107 out. So player 270 was Adrian, player 342 is obviously Brighton, and player 107 is obviously the guy who won the red light, green light game in the very first episode, because they were obviously the three power players, and he obviously wants to take at least one of those out, but player 432 is at the top of his list. Whose name? So he's player 198. He kind of just came out of nowhere at this point, and he was basically stepping up to player 432, calling him a frat boy. I don't know what that means. I think that just kind of is like a guy who's like going around being a mess or whatever. And player 432 basically said to him, look, if you say it to me again, I'm not going to beat you up in here, but I might lay hands on you outside, something like that. And then we found out that from that game, 69 people got eliminated. There were 119 contestants left, and the prize pot was 3,370,000. Spencer decided to make a little gang called the Gambo Gang. So it was him, 232, the old guy of the game, 446, 209, 204 and 041. Don't know who the rest of them are, but there's kind of a little unknown alliance with Spencer as the lead there. 247 explained that she had the umbrella shape, so she was actually one of the ones that got through there. 302, obviously the mum. She had the circle, and then there's a blonde lady. Don't know if she was number 41, 47, 31, 11, whatever. She had some sort of one in her number, but I couldn't quite see it. And 302, obviously mum. So I can't remember what her name is, Leanne. She basically said that she was wanting to have an emotional connection with people in the game to try and make friends with them. So you can obviously see the difference between people like her and people like Brighton, player 432. He is just in it for himself. She's in it to actually make friends and network. And player 198, Husnain, who we obviously saw step up to player 432 before, said to player 90 that he wanted to eliminate player 432. So it seems like player 432 doesn't have a lot of friends. And Husnain basically said to the camera, look, a lot of people don't like him. He knows that a lot of people don't like him, so either they're going to have to take him out or he's going to end up taking them all out one by one. Then what happened next is one of the guards actually brought in a black phone, so it was kind of like a spinny phone, the old megaphone, and it was just sitting in the middle of the room, not doing anything, and everyone was just sitting there kind of like, what do we do, what's going on? Husnain was literally standing right next to the phone. And yeah, at this point, Leanne, obviously player 302, had a chat with player 432 Brighton. Like I said, she's not been slagging him off, but she said that there's obviously a worry that he's so confident or whatever. She asked whether he's eaten, and he said that he hadn't, and she just wanted to talk to him to see if how he's acting is genuinely how he actually is, and he said he's being 1000% himself. She also explained to the camera that if they were to play a game of tug of war, he would make up for the strength that obviously she doesn't have. And he explained that he did drop out of college during his final semester in order to be able to join this game. I guess earning money is a little bit more important than doing a bit of football or some sports. And he said he wasn't born into having any trust in anybody other than his mum. But even with that, there are some times where he doesn't trust his mum. That's just the kind of life that he's had. Player 300, his name was Kian, so otherwise known as Dr. V. He was teaching some of them how to do some breathing exercises, some relaxing exercises and things like that. And he basically said to them, be in the moment right now, be in this moment. And then again, player 302 said that they thought that whoever was going to answer the phone was going to be eliminated, and player 198 decided to answer the phone as it rang. Loads of people ran around him, and player 432 Brighton had basically said he was waiting for a long time for this call, waiting for a long time for that phone to ring. So maybe he kind of thought, right, 198 is coming after me, so that's why he's kind of hovering around. And player 198 was able to enjoy a treat, which was, I think, some burgers, some chips, some snacks, vegetables, salad, whatever. But basically, as soon as they brought the food, the tray of food out, everyone basically scrounged on his food. Jada, player 97, took a burger. Someone else grabbed something else. And player 198 basically said, look, I'm really happy I got some food, but obviously I wanted to eliminate player 432. A few minutes later, phone rings again. And I thought, okay, someone else was going to go and get the phone. No, player 198 is still standing there. He's standing next to the phone saying, come on, I want the phone to ring, I want the phone to ring. It rings again, he answers it again, and I just had a feeling, that, I mean, some of them already said it as well anyway, but I had a feeling this phone call wasn't going to be good. First one was food, this one was either they're going to be eliminated or they get to eliminate somebody else, either of which are both bad. Either you're sacrificing yourself or you're sacrificing somebody else. And then the person on the phone basically said to him, player 198, he is at risk of being eliminated. He was to not put the phone down, and he had 2 minutes to persuade somebody else to take the phone, otherwise he would be eliminated. So he basically had to get someone to answer the phone for them to be at risk. If he wasn't able to do that, he'd basically be eliminating himself from the game. So very stressful. Player 198 here, his neck is basically on the line purely because of, I guess, greed for himself. He did get some food, which he didn't actually end up eating, but yeah, he's basically on the line here. So we find out in episode 3 whether someone picked up that phone, whether he was able to pass that phone to somebody. If he was, he stays. If he doesn't, then he's out. And I hope he doesn't go out, because I feel like he is someone that I think could stand up to player 432. He doesn't seem like he's quite strong. He doesn't seem like he's very, confident or whatever. But it's usually the people that don't look confident and strong that are usually the ones that are mentally strong. So let's see what happens. But yeah, that is the end of episode 2 of Squid Game, the challenge on Netflix. So I'm absolutely loving it so far. But yeah, like I said, that is the end of episode 2. Episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 reviews are coming soon. Haven't actually watched them yet, but as soon as I do, I'll get through to them and I will do my review for you. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until my next review, thank you for watching and goodbye.